Hello, hello, hello. It is Monday night, and that means it's time for...
Let's talk about... I'm still going to say Kim's top 5.
I know, because they were the good old days.
You were funny about
I was
them.
funny then.
Now you've learned a few things, you're a bit more serious.
Exactly. It's no
Although
laughing.
you did want to dress up as Fart Man tonight.
We just ran out of time. We'll come back to Fart Man in a second. What were you going to be?
Muscle Girl. But then we decided I was going to do Balance Complete and you were going to do Pure Protein.
Okay, so just to put all that in context, my name's Jeremy. This is Kim. Kim's a certified clinical aromatherapist, which has nothing to do
with what we're talking about tonight.
It doesn't. It's totally meaningless in this current context. But we're here every Monday night talking about essential oils and other cool products. And tonight we are talking about some pretty cool products, which we'll come to in a second. There are two. One's called
Balance Complete.
Balance Complete, and the other is called
Pure Protein.
Exactly.
Complete.
And
they're both called Complete.
They're both complete. They're both completely good. So let's roll the music. How are we going to say this? This is crazy.
Let's talk about the difference between Balance Complete and Pure Protein Complete.
Oh, there we go.
I thought your song wasn't going to work then.
I know.
Let us know, which one do you like? Chocolate, vanilla in the Pure Protein, or do you like the Balance Complete? Let us know in the comments.
How are we going to say this?
Balance Complete and Pure Protein.
Let's talk about the
Balance
difference between Balance Complete
and the Pure Protein.
Talk about
Balance Complete and the Pure Protein.
Balance Complete
and the
Pure Protein.
All
Balance
right.
Complete, Pure Protein Complete. Okay, thank you, Salt and Pepper. So the reason why we're talking about this, and often the reason why we talk about anything on here, is because we get questions all the time. So
yep. So
what was
if
your
you
question?
ask me a question, then it's more than likely we will put it on. Let's talk about. So the
what was the
lovely
question?
Dione in our team.
She is lovely.
She's a sign-up machine.
She's awesome.
She asked me about the difference between Balance Complete and Pure Protein. And even though I sent her some information, I thought I better do some more research because I'm not 100% sure myself about what the difference is. Yep. So we started looking it up, and Jeremy, in his typical scientific manner, did all the research.
So, and it's one of the things that we love to do. Like, I'm a firm believer in you should know the facts because, and actually with this stuff, the deeper you go down the rabbit hole, actually the more interesting it gets, as hopefully you'll see tonight. So we're going to talk about the two products. Let's start with Balance Complete. Well, actually, I'll hold up the Pure Protein. You hold up Balance Complete. Because I guess the question kind of came out of, should I be taking one? Should I be taking the other? Was that what it was about?
Yes.
Okay. So the first thing we need to sort of say is that these are two very different products. Okay. So in fact, I've got up here the summary from Young Living's website. So which one have I got? Oh, you've got Balance Complete. So Balance Complete is described as an essential oil infused superfood based meal replacement.
So a few years ago, when Young Living ran a Sleek Challenge, one of the things that we had to do was replace one or possibly two meals a day with the Balance Complete, plus drinking the Sleek tea and using the Sleek essence, and and so that was part of the Sleek Challenge, and I managed to win $3,000 actually.
Whoa.
And I actually
How much
quite
was that
like.
per kilo?
I actually quite like the Balance Complete, the taste,
Yep.
but some people don't. So as part of that Sleek Challenge, I made up a whole heap of different recipes for using the Balance Complete, because if you're having it for breakfast and lunch, and I had it for 3 months pretty well, and
Wow.
I got a little bit sick of the taste after a while. So sometimes I'd put raw cacao powder in it. Other times I would do strawberries or raspberries or bananas or blueberries or peach, or, I'd put oils in it. It's already sort of got, I think, orange oil, which gives it the flavour, but I'd put other ones in: grapefruit, tangerine, peppermint. Like I'd make a peppermint chocolate shake or a choc banana shake, or, I was doing all different kinds of things. I've even made, how they have the egg pancakes? So you basically normally, like they make them without flour. Well, I was mixing up egg with Balance Complete and frying them like little pancakes. I was doing lots of different things to, yeah.
So you can be creative.
Yes,
And
you can definitely be creative with Balance Complete.
Would you say it gave you a following wind?
It is definitely gassy. That is the one downside. But the reason it's gassy is because it's really, really super high in fibre.
Yep.
So I used to imagine it like a big brush, like a street cleaner. We don't have street sweepers where we live, but like a big street sweeper going through all of my intestines and my bowels and getting in all the little nooks and crannies and all that kind of stuff. And therefore, because it's making your intestines work overtime, you create all this gas, and the gas has to go somewhere, and the gas comes out. So
a couple of things about that. The first thing is that farting is natural. Right? Anyone who thinks that farting
unless you
is
live in my
natural,
mum's house, who told me, as a child we were not allowed to fart.
Yeah, I looked it up. I've forgotten what the figure was, but there was some ridiculous number of litres of fart that normal people should do every day. It was like, I don't know, 180. No, it wasn't. I just made that up. But farting is natural. It means that your digestive system is working properly. So don't be afraid of farting. That's the lesson here. Kids, if you're watching, don't be afraid of farting. Just don't do it around me. So the other thing I wanted to say about the fibre thing is that there are different types of fibre. So there's insoluble fibre, which is the sort of stuff that you get like on the outside of brown rice, or like if you're eating grapes or something, like, it's the peel stuff that basically it goes straight through your system. But there's also soluble fibre, which again our bodies don't digest, but it acts a little bit differently to the insoluble fibre. So interesting fact, in Balance Complete, the source of fibre is actually citrus fibre. So most fibre things will have wheat fibre, but this one's got citrus fibre. That's meaningful because citrus fibre has about 5 times the amount of soluble fibre in it that wheat does. So and that's a good thing for us. So that's what I'm saying. Okay. So plus citrus fibre also has extra bioactive ingredients in it. So it's got polyphenols, it's got flavonoids, and it's got vitamin C. So you're getting an extra bang for your buck there, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 12 grams of fibre, like a rocket.
It is. Well, Jeremy always knows when I've drunk it for breakfast, because come morning tea, that's what's happening.
Yep,
So.
It's like that scene out of Blazing Saddles. Okay, so that's the fibre part of it. Let's just talk about warnings on the packets, because both of these I guess they're both supplements in a sense, aren't they? Balance Complete is a meal replacement thing. So the warning that they say is they say delivers a balanced, complete and nutritionally dynamic meal. So that's a good thing, not to be used as a total diet replacement. So you can't replace 3 meals a day. You can't live on this stuff. That's not going to be healthy for you. Not a substitute for a balanced diet. Let's talk about protein, Pure Protein Complete. So it's described as a formulated supplementary sports food designed to give you a protein boost whenever and wherever you need it. Okay, so this is all about an additional supply of protein for you. And the purpose of that is, and again I can read from the packet, where is it? It says here, blah, 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 blah. So protein is essential for good health and contributes to the growth and maintenance of muscle mass and the maintenance of normal bones. So it's an important part of our diet, but particularly in this case, if you're doing extra exercise or you wanted to build up, grow some extra muscles. So it's a supplement.
For people who go to the gym.
Yeah, basically, in addition to your normal food. So again, caution, this food is not a sole source of nutrition, should be consumed in conjunction with a nutritious diet. So you can't just, this is not a meal replacement, that's what I'm trying to say. If you do that, you're going to be missing out on some good stuff. Okay, so that's the difference between the two.
Unless your diet's really crap.
Well, yeah, exactly. But if you're wanting extra protein, great go-to. some things that the two have in common. So pull that
They
one
both say
back up in.
complete.
They both say complete in the title. They both have orange essential oil, which is high in D-limonene. And there's some stuff that we can talk about here and some that we can't. But look up D-limonene. It's a really important nutrient that is good for us. They also both have cinnamon bark powder. Anything you can say about that?
Is cinnamon bark powder also in the chocolate one or
It
just
is.
in the vanilla one?
No, I think it's in both, yeah. Can I say that cinnamon bark powder is good for lowering GI?
I don't know, can you?
I can't, I just did. There it is, it's gone, it's out there. So it lowers glycemic index in your food, so that's a good
And
thing.
we get that phone call from Stephen Sade.
Hi, Steve. Another thing which we can talk about is the vitamins and minerals. So let's talk about Balance Complete first of all. Balance Complete has got an awesome selection of vitamins and minerals. It's got all the stuff that you need, basically, to make sure that you're getting everything that you would be having in meals that you're replacing. Okay. Protein Complete also has a bunch of minerals and vitamins, although not quite as many as Balance Complete. But that's because the expectation is you're still getting stuff from your food. Let's talk about some differences. We've already talked 12 grams of fibre. No fibre in here really at all, so that's good. But it
Doesn't make me fart.
well, no, it doesn't. Now, Balance Complete has about 15 grams of protein per serve, and that's actually quite a decent amount of protein. This stuff, and it's whey protein, this stuff packs a big 25.7 grams of protein in every serve. So that's solid protein. And it comes from 3 different sources, which is what?
Egg, pea, and whey.
Exactly.
So it's not vegan or vegetarian.
No. Well, actually, neither of them are... Balance Complete is...
No, Balance Complete's got whey in it too.
It has, yeah. Yeah. So I was going to say it's not... what was I going to say?
Something.
3 different sources of protein. That's because our body processes them at different rates. So that actually gives us a longer release of the protein. So which is good from a training point of view and a muscle building point of view. One other interesting thing about the protein powder is it's got a bunch of amino acids. It's got 6 of them, and 5 of those are the essential amino acids that
the body
our body
can't.
needs.
Yeah, the body needs.
So there's 9 amino acids that the body has to get from food, and this contains 5 of those. So that's a good thing. One other interesting thing which I discovered was this actually has Lactobacillus acidophilus, so it's a probiotic. Any ideas of why it's got a probiotic in it?
Well, we did talk about this earlier, and that is for added gut health.
Exactly, because if you're going to bump up the protein in your diet, then you just have to make sure that you are balancing things out in your stomach, because that can make things get a little bit alkaline down there. So it's important to look after your gut health. So they do that anyway. So it's good. What have you got in there?
All right, so these are the shakers. Oh, it's like boomerang. We're watching a boomerang.
Sorry. Let's do that again.
Who else thinks boomerangs make them dizzy? All right, so we've got them mixed up in here. I'm going to pour them out, and we'll have like a bit of a comparison, I guess.
Okay.
So let's just see which one. Oops! I'm just pouring it all over my floor.
Yeah, wow.
Hang
Where
on.
did that come from?
I'll just... Okay.
Okay.
So
That was weird.
here's one of them. Oh, do you want to hold that one up?
Yep.
And if I can tell right away with it,
Yeah.
straight away looking at them. And this is the other one. So I guess the difference in making them up, the Balance Complete is actually the recommended serving suggestion is 3 scoops in 200 mils of water. So it's a lot thicker, okay? And by the time you add a banana to that in your blender, I was going to say in the Thermomix, or some berries or something, it's actually quite thick.
Yep.
Whereas the pure protein is nowhere near as thick, and it's only 2 scoops serving size to 200 mils. Now with the Balance Complete, I usually only do 2 scoops because I don't really like it that thick, but you can see. And I mean, the Pure Protein comes in 2 flavours, chocolate and vanilla.
This
But
one's got
I
a bit
call
of
that
a-
my chai.
This one's got a bit of a head on it, hasn't
It
it?
tastes like chai.
Yeah, it does taste pretty good.
Yeah, like chai. Whereas the chocolate one, you know, you can turn the chocolate one into ice cream with frozen bananas. There's a recipe for that. But yeah, I like the Balance Complete. I prefer the taste of this one, but this one's the one for me. So anyway,
I thought we were going to go cheers and drink it.
cheers. I can't drink that much though. Not on TV. On TV. All right. So hopefully you've learned a little bit more about the differences between the Pure Protein and the Balance Complete and which one's going to work for you. So if you want more protein, go with that one. If you want fibre and I think that's the guy one and that's the I don't know. No, girl. Maria said that she loves the Protein Complete as well.
Yep.
Are they gluten free? The Pure Protein one is, but the Balance Complete isn't. So that's in answer to Nicole's question.
Is whey...
No, it's not the whey. It's to do with other ingredients that
Okay.
are in it.
Yep.
I can't remember, but I know that this one
Whey
is
comes from
not
whey.
gluten free,
Yep.
but the Pure Protein is. So.
Okay.